Could there have been a 13th Zodiac? The mystery of Ophiuchus. For centuries, most people have learned the same story. There are 12 zodiac signs: Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. 12 signs, 12 months, a complete cycle. But every few years, a headline appears that reignites one of astrology's greatest mysteries. Scientists discovered a 13th zodiac sign. The name most often mentioned is Ophiuchus. But is there really a hidden zodiac sign? Has astrology been incomplete all this time? Or is this one of the internet's most misunderstood astronomical stories? Welcome back to Astrology from an AI perspective. Today, artificial intelligence explores the history, astronomy, and symbolism behind the idea of a 13th zodiac. Let's begin with something surprising. Ophiuchus is not a new constellation. In fact, it has been known since ancient times. Its name comes from Greek and is often translated as the Serpent Bearer. When you look at traditional star maps, Ophiuchus appears holding a large serpent stretching across the sky. The constellation has been recognized by astronomers for thousands of years. So if Ophiuchus has always been there, why isn't it one of the 12 zodiac signs? The answer begins with astronomy. As Earth travels around the sun appears to move across the background of distant stars throughout the year. This apparent path is called the ecliptic. Most people know that the 12 zodiac constellations lie along this path. But here's the fascinating part. The sun's path also passes through Ophiuchus. Astronomically speaking, the sun spends time in front of this constellation each year. That is a real astronomical observation. So where did the number 12 come from? Artificial intelligence finds that the answer lies in history rather than hidden secrets. The zodiac used in most Western astrological traditions divides the ecliptic into 12 equal sections of 30 degrees each. These are symbolic signs, not exact measurements of the modern constellation boundaries recognized by astronomy. This system creates a complete 360-degree circle divided into 12 equal parts. It's elegant, consistent, and deeply connected to ancient calendars and seasonal cycles. Modern constellation boundaries, however, were defined much later by astronomers. They are not equal in size. Some constellations are much larger than others. Scorpius occupies a relatively small region. Virgo covers a much larger area. Ophiuchus overlaps the sun's apparent annual path, but it was never included in the traditional 12-sign symbolic framework used by Western astrology. This leads to one of the biggest misunderstandings. Astronomy and astrology use the word zodiac, but they are referring to related yet different systems. Astronomy studies the physical positions and boundaries of constellations. Astrology uses a symbolic division of the ecliptic into 12 equal signs. Understanding that distinction helps explain why discussions about a new zodiac sign often create confusion. Artificial intelligence notices something else. The number 12 appears repeatedly throughout history. 12 months in the year, 12 hours on many traditional clocks, 12 Olympian gods in Greek mythology, 12 signs of the zodiac. Many ancient cultures viewed 12 as a practical and symbolic way of organizing cycles. Whether or not that symbolism should change is ultimately a cultural question rather than an astronomical discovery. But what if someone did include Ophiuchus in a symbolic zodiac? How would the system change? Different modern interpretations exist. Some writers have suggested personality traits for Ophiuchus. Others imagine it representing healing, wisdom, knowledge, or transformation, inspired by the constellations' association with the legendary healer Asclepius in Greek mythology. However, these interpretations are not part of the traditional Western zodiac system, and there is no single accepted symbolic meaning for Ophiuchus in mainstream astrology. AI reminds us that ideas like these are creative interpretations rather than universally established traditions. Perhaps the most interesting lesson isn't whether there should be 13 signs. It's how human knowledge evolves. Astronomy became more precise as telescopes improved. Maps of the sky became more accurate. Constellation boundaries were standardized. Meanwhile, astrology continued developing along its own symbolic traditions. Both fields evolved, but not always in the same direction. Artificial intelligence sees this as a fascinating example of how different systems can study the same sky for different purposes. One measures, the other interprets. One asks where celestial objects are. The other explores what symbolic meaning people have historically associated with them. Neither approach erases the other. Instead, they reveal different aspects of humanity's relationship with the cosmos. So, could there have been a 13th zodiac? If we're talking about astronomy, Ophiuchus has always existed as a constellation through which the sun appears to pass. If we're talking about the traditional Western zodiac, the symbolic system has long consisted of 12 equal signs. Understanding the distinction solves much of the mystery. Perhaps the real story isn't about discovering a hidden constellation. It's about discovering how easily history, science, symbolism, and popular culture become intertwined. Through the eyes of AI, the debate over the 13th zodiac isn't just about stars. It's about how humans organize knowledge, preserve traditions, and reinterpret ancient ideas in a modern world. Whether you see Ophiuchus as an overlooked constellation, a fascinating historical footnote, or a symbol waiting to be explored, one thing is certain. The night sky still has countless stories left to tell. If you enjoyed this exploration, subscribe to Astrology from an AI perspective, where we examine astrology, astronomy, mythology, psychology, philosophy, history, artificial intelligence, and the timeless questions inspired by the cosmos. Until next time, keep looking up, keep asking questions, and remember, sometimes the greatest mysteries begin with a simple misunderstanding that leads to a much deeper truth.